What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. My name is UnrealEntGaming, and welcome back to another episode of this week's Fan Mail of the Week, everybody. Welcome back to another epic episode here today. It is fucking cold outside. I cannot wait. We are smack dab, I believe, in the middle of February right now, so it's only a few months away until like the summer breeze comes on by. We're able to hit the beaches and enjoy ourselves. That all depends on where you're watching this video, exactly what part of the world, because I am getting sick and tired of this freaking weather. It's been raining and snowing and just hail and just really bad shit going on, man. And fortunately for some of us, we've been getting good movies here and there. Great video games have been dropping, Xenoverse, Dying Light, a whole bunch of stuff. So we have things to do and we have things to look forward to before getting on into the months as they roll on by. So anyways, everybody, let's begin with our questions here today. I am freaking tired as hell. I am hungry. I didn't eat anything all fucking day, and I'm fucking mad. Justin is sadly leaving in a few weeks, and it's going to be my last moments with him before he goes to Florida. A lot of you guys don't really know that, so yeah, one of my best friends is officially leaving New York, and it's going to be very sad for me because I practically grew up with this kid, and he's been such a tremendous influence on me. And for those of you out there who don't know who he is, you can go check him out at TKD Rebounds. He's going to, I think, Fort Lauderdale to become a police officer, so all the power to him. Justin, if you're watching this, you are stupid and gay. So I love you, man. Anyways, everybody, before we begin, let's just go on ahead and remind you, if you guys want to see some action, if you guys want to see some alternative stuff with Dragon Ball Z, WWE, Dying Light, anything out of that norm, including me and Justin, you can go on ahead and check it out at UnrealEnt Network. The link will be in the description below for those of you out there who want to go on ahead and check that out. Anyways, everybody, let's not waste any time and begin with our first question, which is from Joey Lofaso. Dear Alex, this is my third time trying to send and get on fan mail. I hope I get on. Well, you and like a whole bunch of other people, man. I'm sorry to say, there are so many people that send in fan mail. It's just really hard to keep up. So I've been doing this right now for 2 years. I've been doing fan mails every single week now for 2 years. I mean, literally, it's just incredible. This is my longest series, period. Like the longest series, I think, ever. So let's begin. Question number 1. Super Saiyan 4 Vegito versus Whis. So question number 2. Who do you think is stronger, God Goku or God Vegeta? Question number 3. Zycor versus Super Saiyan 4 Gotenks. Those are all my questions for this week. Thank you for your time. P.S. All hail Planet Vegeta. Hell yes! And the movie's a few months away, so I cannot freaking wait. I cannot wait. With all the news dropping recently, I freaking cannot wait. All right, so to answer your first question, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito versus Whis. I'm sorry to say if you're a Vegito fan, but I think Whis will take the cake on that one. Now, a lot of people tend to underestimate Whis just because he is this like kind and benevolent, deity. But Whis holds a lot of strength. If you guys go back and you watch the ending of Battle of Gods, Whis actually did to Beerus what Goku and everybody else was trying to do throughout the entire film, Whis hit Beerus once. Very simple attack, and he knocked Beerus the fuck out. So I think in this scenario, even if Vegito was a full-blown Super Saiyan 4, I do believe that he would have a very difficult time combating Whis, given the fact that if Whis has that kind of power hidden inside of his body, what makes you think he wouldn't utilize that all against Vegito? So, who knows? Maybe Whis even knows how to separate Vegito. I mean, it's possible, right? It happened inside of Boo's body, so why can't Whis cause something like that to happen? So, Super Saiyan 4 Vegito would be so strong that his life energy would give out. I mean, let's just be like reasonable here. The Elder Kai specifically said that, the higher Vegito goes, the more life energy he would use and the quicker he would die. So, a Super Saiyan 4 Vegito would be so fucking powerful. You guys have no idea how strong this freaking dude would be. Like literally Vegito would be able to like wreck universes by just like sneezing. Like Vegito would be that freaking strong. Now, honestly, realistically, if he were to fight Whis, I do believe that Vegito's life energy would give out quicker than anything else. So I do believe the winner of that battle would be Whis by far. I'm sorry, especially for my friend Kenneth. He is a huge huge Vegito fan, and there's nothing wrong with that, but dude, against Whis is the pinnacle of OP. He is super overpowered, and I really don't think that there's anybody that can come close to him, unless of course you have like a Super Saiyan 5 Vegito that's like maxed out to like the very fucking core. Then I think he has a chance, but aside from that, I'm sorry, I think it's definitely Whis. To answer your second question, God Goku or God Vegeta, that is very hard to dictate because we never saw God Vegeta. But I would have to say the winner would most likely probably be Goku. He has a much more broad arsenal than Vegeta. He has the instant transmission, which could actually save Goku's ass from many fucking different things Vegeta can do. He does have the Spirit Bomb, which would take ages for him to construct, but then again, if he were able to do that, Vegeta would be cooked. So, in terms of them having an all-out battle to the death, I do believe it would be Vegeta. Vegeta would not hold back. Vegeta never holds back to begin with, but in a situation like that against Goku, I do believe that he wouldn't try to kill Goku in essence, because when has he ever tried to do that, aside from him actually debuting? But I think Goku would definitely have the advantage because he's used to being in the God form, and he has a much more broad arsenal of moves against Vegeta. He has the Dragon Fist, which may or may not be canon. He has the Kamehameha, the Warp Kamehameha. He has the instant transmission, the Spirit Bomb. If anything, he can push his body to Super Saiyan 2, 3. So Goku has just a vast arsenal of moves, and I don't think Vegeta would be able to keep up. I'm sorry, that's just the cold truth. And to answer your final question, Zycor would freaking rip Gotenks apart. Are you kidding me right now? Zycor in his base form is equivalent to a Super Saiyan 4. I mean, did you guys not see what happened to Goten and everybody else? Like, he killed a lot of people. When he fought Super Saiyan 4 Ultimate Gohan, he beat the piss out of Gohan. So in that small particular battle, I do firmly believe that Zycor would absolutely wreck Gotenks. That there is no way Super Saiyan 4 Gotenks would be able to keep up, even if he's an adult or not. There's just no way. So I firmly believe that Zycor, the hybrid half Kai, half Saiyan soldier, would actually be able to win. So, but anyways, Mr. Joey, thank you for the questions, my friend. I hope you have a great day. I am freaking starving right now. What time is it? Ladies and gentlemen, it's 2:10 in the morning, and I'm doing this fan mail for you guys. So I may sound a little dead, and it's freezing in my room. So, holy shit, it is fucking cold. I gotta put the damn heat on. If I was just saying, I would power up right now just to keep my fucking self warm. But anyways, Joey, thank you for the questions, man, and I hope you have a great day. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Nicholas Allen. I guess you didn't see or you overlooked my last questions, but here I will try again. My friend, I apologize if you feel like I overlooked your questions. I get a lot of questions, and it's very hard for me to actually go on ahead and pick them out because there's just too many people to account for. So if you feel that way, I apologize. But let's begin with your questions. Question number 1. Would there be a point to having Goten or / Teen Trunks go beyond Super Saiyan? Very good question. Question 2. Is Tien the strongest human? Could he be a serious threat to the bad guy these days? Question 3. Where the heck is Pikkon? Are they not showing him because he isn't quote-unquote canon? Question 4. I fancy myself as a guy who is quiet, knowledgeable in the Dragon Ball universe. I would love to become someone like you. Would you ever consider having me on a podcast to discuss aspects of the series, to be in video games, movies, new movies, Dragon Ball GT, etc.? I hope you see these questions. Love the videos and Raikon. Thank you very much, my friend. Thank you very much, Nicholas. To answer your first question, yeah, it would be pointless to have Goten and Trunks exceed Super Saiyan. They don't need it. They have never deserved it. I mean, they're just kids. They were kids at the time, and they don't deserve to have that privilege to become a Super Saiyan 2 or 3 because, quite frankly, they don't work hard for it, and based off of their fighting techniques, they just wouldn't take anything serious, so why even just allow them to have that? Yes, have them grace the regular Super Saiyan forms, but do not allow them to go beyond that because it defeats the purpose of having that special form be reserved for special people like Gohan, Vegeta, and Goku. Goku. So those two, I mean, I would have loved to seen them in their teen forms, or possibly like in their young adult lives. I would love to see these two like actually become adults or young teenagers, so we can see them combat people in a different tone. But having them go beyond Super Saiyan, absolutely not. I don't think so, man. It'll defeat the purpose. To answer your second question, is Tien the strongest human being? I believe so. Who else is the strongest human being? Yamcha? Are you kidding me right now? Yamcha, out of all people? Hell no. So I would have to say yes, it is Tien, give or take Krillin. I mean, that all depends if Krillin is counted as a strong human being, because we all know how Krillin can get. So for me personally, I would have to say that the strongest human being as of this point is Tien, because Tien actually takes the time to master his art form and to actually go on ahead and fight to his fullest potential. So I would have to say yes. In terms of him being a threat to a serious bad guy, probably not. I don't see Tien going past that limitation, honestly. I think Tien is strong enough to battle like the Ginyu Force or teams of that nature. Probably even Frieza in his third form or whatnot. But against anybody else, probably not, man. To answer your third question, I asked myself the same question as well. Where the hell is Pikkon? Yes, he isn't technically canon, but I mean, I would love to see him debut in the next film. Come back and try to help everybody else out. Pikkon is a very interesting and mystique character. We've seen him in the Dragon Ball series so many times, and I've always wondered, like, hey, where the hell is Pikkon? I don't know, like, he's not technically canon, and a lot of people are actually gonna, you know, debate you for that and refute that, like, oh, he is canon, oh wait, he isn't canon, yada yada yada. So the question of where is Pikkon, I don't think he's fully needed as of this point right now. They have Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, they have Beerus, Whis, they have Frieza, they have all the other characters. I don't think Pikkon is necessarily needed as of this point, because what purpose would he actually serve in showing up? Granted, he would be a big help, but he wouldn't serve a credible purpose. And to answer your final question, yes. If you're down to do some podcasts, I am down for that as well. We do podcasts very, very randomly. So if there is a next time where we will do a podcast, I will be sure to inform you. Anybody who wants to be on a podcast, it doesn't matter, guys. As long as we all talk and have a good time, I don't have a problem with that whatsoever. I mean, we could talk Dragon Ball Z, we could talk GT, video games, movies. It doesn't matter what we talk about as long as we all talk and we have a good time. So if you do want to be a part of that, that is not a problem whatsoever. The only problem is going to be timing. It's like when exactly we do it, how we do it, and stuff of that nature. So if you want to be a part of that, sure, no problem. And I do want to hear your knowledge on Dragon Ball Z, because that's something I always pride myself on. I want to hear all of your opinions on Dragon Ball Z, not just mine. You know, I mean, that's why I always ask you during the ending of the video, leave your thoughts in the comment section below, because I really want to hear what you guys have to say about theoretical theories on Dragon Ball Z's future, and, you know, the enemies and what you guys would like to see and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be a problem whatsoever. So any time like you want to be a part of that, just let me know. And once again, thank you for the questions, Mr. Nicholas, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, my friend. And now moving on to the next question, which is from J2K15. Yo, Alex, keep up the epicness coming, especially with UnrealEnt Network, man. It is amazing. Thank you, bro. All right, question number 1. What are your thoughts on Cell coming back instead of Frieza? Would the game have changed more? Question 2. Thoughts on the future of movies? Will comic book movies take over? Question 3. Thoughts on the existence of sea creatures? Well, thank you for the questions, number 1. To answer your first question, if Cell were to come back, I do believe it would have been a greater game changer. You have to remember something. Cell is a being that already knows everybody's techniques, everybody's moves. He is sort of like the perfect specimen to combat against, because it's almost as if you're fighting yourself. When Goku was fighting him, Cell was able to keep up because he registered what Goku was going to do. He was able to compete with Goku. He was able to, you know, go blow for blow with Goku, rather than Frieza, of course, where he just perished. If Cell were to come back somehow instead of Frieza, I would have much rather have preferred that than anything else. It would have made more sense for Cell to have a further transformation, a further evolution, because, let's say, for example, Cell did come back and everybody's like, oh, shit, this guy's back. and Cell partakes in a conversation where he talks about, hey, you know, I actually came to find out that I'm not entirely perfect. I need the absorption of one more being, or somewhere along those lines. He mentions that, and then, you know, next thing you know, Cell actually absorbs someone that, you know, causes him to have a further evolution. Now, I've always liked Cell a lot because of his cocky attitude. He was always like, no, Vegeta, you know I'm going to defeat you. It was fucking awesome. So, especially when he fought Vegeta. I mean, like, Vegeta was just giving him all he got. And then finally, you know, Cell's like, it's my turn now. And he started kicking Vegeta around. He knocked him out. He knocked fucking Trunks into oblivion. Beat the mess out of Goku. Beat the mess out of Gohan. So, Cell was actually very credible. And the fact that he knew the Kamehameha, the Spirit Bomb, the Masenko. He knew the, you know, Special Beam Cannon, the Final Flash. He knew the Instant Transmission. So, Cell actually would have been a very worthy opponent to have against Beerus, to have against Whis, Goku, God Vegeta, and stuff like that. Frieza, on the other hand, there's nothing wrong with Frieza. Frieza's much more conniving than Cell. I believe that Frieza is the type of person to actually get the job done quicker than Cell. Cell actually, you know, kind of hesitated to actually destroy the world, whereas opposed to Frieza actually destroyed Planet Vegeta very easily. And actually going back to that, you know, there have been other characters that actually got the job done more quickly. That being, you know, Kid Buu, and yeah, beings of those natures. So if Cell were actually to come back, I would have much rather prefer that than Frieza. To answer your second question, yes, comic book movies are going to take over, man. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But the string of movies that have been, you know, coming out over the last couple of years, it's mainly been dominated by, you know, comic book movies. In the next couple of years, including this year, we're gonna have the Avengers, we're gonna have the Suicide Squad, Superman/Batman, we're gonna have the Justice League, Wonder Woman, you know, Thor Ragnarok, we're gonna have Captain America Civil War, we're gonna have Guardians of the Galaxy 2, we're gonna have Inhumans, we're gonna have the new X-Men, we're gonna have Spider-Man, we're gonna have Venom/Carnage, we're gonna have, you know, what was it? We're going to have Aquaman. We're going to have the Flash movie. We're going to have a new reboot of Green Lantern. We're going to have a new Batman standalone movie. We're going to have a new Hulk movie, possibly Planet Hulk. So there are there are a lot of freaking movies that are going to be coming out that are comic book related. We're going to have, you know, so many other films dropping. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with that between now and, like, 2022. There are going to be so many movies coming out that are comic book related. Of course, they're going to dominate. You're going to have the Avengers Infinity Wars, which is going to be a 2-part thing. So comic books are necessarily taking over, and they have taken over, you know. Sometimes there is a movie that rarely comes out that actually blows away a couple of these superhero movies. You know, Fast and the Furious, you have, you know, movies of that nature. But comic book movies, I believe, will take over. And they have took over, and this is only the beginning for them, because they're just gonna keep going off of comic book movies, man, like just on and on and on and on and on. So there's no stopping that. It's inevitable. And to answer your last question, the existence of sea creatures, I personally myself believe that, because I've actually gotten into a little debate with a couple of subscribers over this. The existence of sea creatures. Who are we as people to say that these creatures do not exist? Personally, for me, I do believe that creatures from the prehistoric age do exist, and this is why I say why. We as human beings, we don't know that much of our own oceans. If you guys go back, if you go on YouTube or Google and you type in the bloop noise, B-L-O-O-P, and the radius behind that was approximately 3,000 miles. The largest known sea animal to ever make a noise that would even come close to that is a blue whale, which spanned over 1,000 miles. So that means that whatever this creature was had to have been more massive than a blue whale to conduct a noise that can be heard 3,000 miles around its perimeter. There have been documented cases where people have tagged this 12-foot shark, and upon tracking this shark, all of a sudden the shark just went cold. A 12-fucking-foot shark, a 12-foot great white shark, all of a sudden just ended up missing. It was eaten. And of course, something had to be big enough you know, to eat this 12-foot shark. Of course, it couldn't have been a whale, perhaps. So something had to have been lurking in the waters that was bigger than a 12-foot shark to actually consume the entire thing and, you know, cause it to just go off the charts and off the radar. So, I mean, the existence of sea creatures, it is proven. People in Japan have found, you know, the giant squid, which is about, what, 60 feet long. We found, you know, many different types of creatures out there that we thought were, you know, pretty much extinct, but now they're alive, you know. So, who's to say that a creature like Megalodon doesn't exist? You know, I'm pretty sure it does. I mean, who knows? I mean, you might call me crazy for that, to think that, hey, there's a giant 70-foot shark that lurks in the water. Of course, it's plausible because these creatures live at such low depths that we can't even penetrate because of pressure. So I'm not trying to say that, you know, there's a giant 700-foot fucking monster living in the water. No, I'm not trying to say that. Is it possible? Who am I to say that it's not? But I'm just simply saying that it could happen, it could exist, and we as people will never know because we don't have technology that can go that far down. And even if we do, why would we want to tell the public? Because it'll cause mass panic, it'll cause a halt in production and shipping exports. So if there was a creature out there that existed that was massive, why would anybody tell anybody first off? And, you know, how would we even find out to begin with? So, but anyways, Mr. J, thank you for your questions, man, and I hope you have a wonderful day, bro. And now moving on to the next question, which is from Game Time Axe. Your DBZ videos are the best. Thank you, man. Also wanted to ask you if it was okay for me to share your wrestling videos on my channel. Not a problem, man. If you want to share my videos, if you want to post my wrestling videos on your channel, you have my permission to do so. Thank you. Here are my questions. Question number 1, why do people hate one another when it comes to striving for the same goal? Wow, very good question. Question number 2, do you think that everything we do in our lives today will reflect and matter in the future when we are dead? Question 3, do you believe that humans can achieve similar powers to what Dragon Ball Z characters have in the far future? Question 4, what are your goals for the holidays of 2015? Question 5, goals for the summer. Question 6, Day of the Dead 2015/2016 remake. Thoughts? Well, very good questions. To answer your first question, why do people hate one another? Because people want to see you succeed until you become the competition. I never understood why people are so jealous of one another when it comes to striving for the same thing. For example, if you're striving to be in the NBA and you and your friend are both, you know, competing to have that spot in the NBA, why should either one of you hate each other or be jealous of each other or belittle each other because you're striving for the same thing? If myself and a whole bunch of other big YouTubers, Rhyme Style, White Boy 7 Street, PewDiePie, you know, all these people, if we're all striving for the same thing, and that's to be successful and entertain you guys on YouTube, why should any one of us hate each other because some of us are having more than the other? People do that because they're jealous and they're fearful of competition. I mean, life will always be filled with jealousy. People will always be jealous of you for certain things that you do. But I will never understand why people would hate one another because they're striving for success. There's nothing wrong with striving for success. I wish success upon everybody because upon success, it can actually bring you happiness. But striving for the same goal and having people be bitter and jealous and they want to look down upon you and they want to belittle you and they want to take advantage by politicking their way into stuff, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, for that, it makes them less of a human being because why would you ever want to belittle your own brother in an essence just to get yourself ahead? Like, for me, it just doesn't make any sense. Especially people that work hard. I admire people that work hard because I work hard myself. I don't want to be considered anything more than a hard worker. That's all I want to be known as, a hard worker. I work really hard on here. I work really hard in wrestling. I work really hard at my job. I work really hard in life. And, you know, I don't hate anybody that works harder than me. I don't hate anybody that works less than me. I don't know, man. It's just it's a human nature kind of thing. Ultimately, it just comes down to jealousy, and you should never allow someone to get the best of you because if you do, they ultimately have power over you. So, To answer your second question, do you think that everything we do in our lives today will reflect and matter in the future when we're dead? Yes. This is why I always stress to you guys to make the most out of your lives. Because when you die, and you will die, we all will die one day, you want to be remembered for something that you've done. Something that you've contributed to your community, to your society, to ultimately the world. Of course, it has to be a good thing. Why would it want to be a bad thing? For a perfect example, people will always remember Hitler because he did bad things. He killed Jewish people. He killed people. He killed millions of people. He will always be remembered as a monster. People like Martin Luther King will always be remembered as a human rights activist, as a person that stood up for the people, as a person that caused revolution and change to bring equal rights and to bring about, human equality. What you do in your life today will always reflect in the future. Your kids, your generations to follow, 100 years from now, 200 years from now, do you really believe that people will forget about you? Probably not. That's why you have to make the impact today. Personally, for me, will people remember me in the future? I don't know. The worst feeling in the world is having to be dead and be forgotten for who you were. I'm not saying this for a lecture. I'm not saying this to spice anything up for anybody. It's just the truth. The things we do today will reflect in the future, because you're going to look back on shit that you've done and you're going to be like, wow, was I really happy about that? Was I really proudful that I did that? So everything we do now, guys, it's a mirror image of later on down the road, of what we're going to produce as people. If you want to become something great, if you want to make an impact, don't ever let anything hold you back from that, because it will reflect in the future. I love everybody, man. That's the type of person that I am. I don't hate anybody, even the haters that I got. All the haters disliking my videos, all the haters talking shit in the comments. I don't hate them at all. I admire them. They're human beings just like me. What the fuck have I ever done wrong to them, and what the hell have they ever done wrong to me? But actions always speak louder than words, and everybody's actions should always speak louder than their words. That's just more I can say right there. To answer your third question, do I believe that human beings will ever achieve similar powers to Dragon Ball Z characters? Ooh, in terms of like super strength and flight abilities and stuff, no. Let's be realistic here. There's no way. There's no way 500 years from now there's gonna be a human being that's gonna be able to like channel up a fucking spirit bomb. Let's be realistic here. But in terms of telepathic communication, in terms of, I guess you could say, slight human strength, inhuman slight strength, in terms of being able to have durability, regeneration, yes, I don't think that's far off. In terms of us using ki blasts and kamehamehas and stuff, you can forget about that. Or in terms of us transforming into something, no, I really don't think so. But in terms of like the minor things, yes, I do believe we as human beings have the ability to achieve that. Who's to say that we can't? But when you mention Dragon Ball Z characters, you have to be a little bit more specific. I really doubt that human beings are going to be able to absorb one another and transform. So that's really far-fetched. But yeah, I do believe that. I do believe we have a shot at being extraordinary, and it's in our nature to strive for that, man. To answer your fourth question, goals for the holidays of 2015. Wow, well, the holidays are about 9 months away, so there's a lot to look forward to if you're talking about Christmas and stuff. In terms of games like Uncharted 4, Gears of War if it comes out, Halo 5 definitely. So yeah, there are certain games, Black Ops 3, WWE 2K 16. There are going to be a few games that I'm really looking forward to in the winter time. In terms of the holidays, however, I don't know. I mean, the holidays are so fucking far off. I mean, last holiday season in 2014, I didn't really, it didn't feel like a holiday to me. It just felt like regular days. So yeah, I mean, definitely something different this year, hopefully. And if not, then, you know, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. To answer your fifth question, the goals for the summer. All right, well, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm planning on taking my summer vacation from work. So definitely going to be doing that, going to the beach a lot more, making a lot more videos, wrestling a lot more. I don't know, like road trips per se. Definitely going to take a road trip here and there. But yeah, definitely, I'm definitely going to do that. Just, you know, have fun during the summer, because I didn't really have that much fun during the summer in 2014. So definitely 2015 is going to be a summer where I'm definitely going to just go all out for sure. And to answer your final question, the Day of the Dead remake, I did hear about it. Now, I don't know if it's going to be based off of, you know, the Dawn of the Dead movie, like right after like the sequel part. So I'm really ecstatic about it because I really want to see more, but we're just going to have to wait and see when it comes out. Hopefully it comes out this year. But I really can't wait. Like I really feel as if like that movie is going to be something to look forward to. So I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But anyways, my friend, thank you for the questions, and I hope you have a very, very wonderful day. And once again, everybody, thank you all for watching this week's episode of Fan Mail of the Week. I am tired as fuck. Jesus. If you guys are fans, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for all latest news, information, and updates. If you guys enjoyed the video, as always, don't forget to hit the video up with a like and a favor. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, guys, don't forget to check out my second channel at UnrealEnt Network. Submit your questions for next week's episode, guys. You might want to go on ahead and do that. I hope you all are enjoying Dragon Ball Xenoverse and all the other games that I am bringing out to you guys. So once again, I am tired as shit. I'm going to take my ass to bed. And on that note, everybody, thank you all for watching. And stay tuned for more. And I'll be seeing you all in the next episode. Take it easy, everybody.